Share with God's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Romans chapter 12 verse 13. What's up guys? It's me Tolu and I'm back with another video of Talk with T.
Obio, badass.
Understand?
Yeah, somebody else. Mr. Dempsey, yeah. Plenty people done the ask. Now which the Baba do the jazz? Yeah, the Baba do well for me. Now my life is done better. Not because I suffer fast, not because I pray and fast. No be your show, no be that. I'm watching. Daily personality.
So today's topic is going to be loving yourself first, and we'll start off with what is love. Love is an intense feeling of like or affection for someone or something. And everybody has the thing that they love. Their family, their friends, music, a type of food, anything. But do we do the right thing? And before we say we love those things, we realize that we love ourselves first. I know that sounds confusing, but as we go along in the video, hopefully you guys will start to understand. Because there are people in this world who, when they're with the thing or person that they love, show kindness and affection towards them and make sure that they know how wonderful they are. And yet, these same people, when they're alone with themselves, because they do not love themselves, show animosity and dislike towards themselves and make sure that they know how worthless they are. And that should not be the case. That's very sad, actually. In fact, let me tell you guys something that people may not know. It is nearly impossible to love any other thing without loving yourself first. And this actually kind of builds off of my self-esteem video, how it's important to hold yourself in high regard to standards and love yourself in high regard to standards. Because if you don't, your life can go in a downward spiral and you can end up putting yourself in vulnerable positions that you didn't want to be in the first place. As I said before, it is nearly impossible to love anything else without loving yourself first. Because think about it. If you don't love yourself or see yourself as worth respecting, how are you going to go and show somebody else that you love them and respect them when you can't even do it to yourself? Not loving yourself also contributes to the fact that in the future you may not know what love really is. By not loving yourself, the feelings that you feel, it could be like anything. You can mistake it for love and deceive another person. For example, say you're in a relationship, but you don't love yourself. The feeling that you feel for that person could just be an intense like, because you don't know what love really feels like. And you end up deceiving yourself and that person. Yourself by making yourself think that what you feel is love, and that person for making them think that what you feel for them is love, when it really cannot be. James chapter 2 verse 8 says, if you really keep the royal law found in Scripture, love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing right. Meaning, if you keep that law, love your neighbor as yourself, you're doing right. You need to love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. And in order for you to love your neighbor as much as you say that you do, you need to love yourself first. And we can do that by just realizing how valuable and important that we are. Because we are valuable, and we're also very important. God did not put us on this earth for no reason. He put us here for a reason. So he sees our worth and our value, and we need to realize that too. Even God himself said he would make a man more precious than fine gold. And that speaks a lot to me, because that means God sees us as more valuable than gold itself. And I believe that if we were in front of God, and right next to us was a pile of gold and silver bars and diamonds and rubies and pearls, he would still choose us because he sees us as more valuable than those material things. What does he need with material things? He doesn't need anything with them. We were made in God's image, so he's obviously going to see us as more valuable than any other material thing in the world. And finally, to round up, the way we love material things and the way we feel about them, we should see ourselves as more valuable than them and love ourselves more than we love them. Because, as I said before, we are valuable and important, and we're worth more than those. God believes it, and we should believe it too. I hope I was able to speak to somebody today, and I was able to help somebody today. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Any feedback is appreciated. Remember, Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. Have a blessed day. Bye.